Alright, boys and girls, so I was just over here breeding some dinosaurs on my cave, and I decided to check out YouTube, and I come across a little interesting clip.
And there it is, globally banned.
So, as you guys know who Hot, I'm sure everybody know who Hot is. He is the top, I don't want to say the top PvPer, but he's one of the top, like, most viewed PvP Ark players, along with Kishko and other YouTubers, you know? And he was just banned for a video that he addressed meshing. So we all know that meshing is one of the biggest problems, if not the killer of Ark. It's been around for like what now? Like I would say a little bit after Legacy. It's been around since like Legacy because it wasn't as well known in Legacy times. Duping was more of a thing, but that's besides the point. So he addressed the issues and he literally, instead of Wildcard talking or addressing it or doing anything, as they like to claim that they're getting a lot better at, like, you know, communicating with people and everything, they literally decide to just flat out ban him. And I know that in Wildcard rules they says, oh, you know, if you show anything like you how to mesh or how to dupe or stuff like that, you know, then you're gonna get banned. And that's their rules. And I know that people are gonna be like, oh, well, you know, it doesn't mean that he's a YouTuber, it doesn't mean that he's above the rules and stuff like that. You're right, but at the same time, how about if you just fix your game and then, you know, we wouldn't have to address these issues. It's not even like homeboy just came at him. Like literally he got mesh, and I'm sure he did, because his last video he was in a cave breeding and he says, well, we're just gonna try to enjoy this while we still can. Actually, a cave similar to this one, you know, and like honestly this would be a great PvP spot if it wasn't for mesh. On one of my live streams that I did when I was raiding, live streaming on Small Tribes PvP, literally a stream sniper came over and he like killed us all, and then afterwards they were talking amongst each other and they were like saying meshing is the new meta. Like, you know, nobody raids anymore. Like who raids, who spends like 3-5 hours raiding when I could just mesh in like a couple of minutes and just have all the loot? And then I'm like, yo, what a piece of shit. Like, why don't we just say that, you know? But like at the same time it's like, yo, like at the same time it's like, I get it, you know? Like if Wildcard is not addressing it, they obviously don't care. They don't give two shits about it. They come up to us and they're like, here, we banned him and him for meshing, and we're just gonna, you know, just go back into the shadows and hope you guys don't notice that we're not doing anything else about it. And I know people are like, no, they're doing things about it, but bro, it's been literally like freaking 3 years. The game has been out, fully out, over a year now, and we're still like coming across like we're having problems for a game that is fully released that almost feels like we're still in beta form or whatever it's called. Like, come on, dude, like, really? And I know what it is to feel mesh, because if you guys know, when I did the Undertaking series, like, I had a huge base that I spent, like, months, like, a good 3 or 4 months. And in the beginning of the series, I got raided, but it was legit, and I was, you know, I was tight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, damn, I got fucking raided. I'm gonna get payback. But it's fine. If I get raided legit, then I'm like, yo, you clap my cheeks, you got the best of me, you win, you know? Like, kudos to you, GG. But like when somebody comes in mesh and uses an exploit like that, it's like, dude, like what's the point of me farming? Then you know what everybody should just do? We might as well just all turn off our turrets, because what's the point of having turrets if people are just gonna walk into our base and stuff like that? And I know some people are like, well, you can't mesh everywhere. No, yes you can. Now, especially with that new God mode glitch that people just literally walk up to your base and just soak all your turrets because they're in God mode. And then like there's so many like exploits and like so many things that are broken with this game right now. And like for them to just go off and like ban a YouTuber, not only a YouTuber that has actually helped their freaking game, you know, because Hot has time and time, it's not even like he's saying fix your game, Wildcard, you freaking this and that. No, he literally says, I think you should just remove this or like, you know, disable this item until you figure out a way to fix it. He hasn't cursed at them, he hasn't said anything bad to him, and he literally gets a slap in the face by, they don't even tell him anything. They're just like, hey, by the way, you're banned. That's it, it's over. So like what's the point? Like, you know, like why should us YouTubers be held to a higher standard? Like why should we start meshing ourselves? Like, you know, at this point it's like we're all over here, like us people that are trying to play the game legit, we're trying to build turrets, you know, and stuff like that. And then for just like a little freaking kid just to come out of nowhere and be like, I'm a mesh with just a chair, climbing picks, and like a couple of grapples, and that's it. All your like 3 months, 5 months hard work. Like Ark is hard enough as it is, you know, like just farming and try to get your resources up and stuff like that. This is why people have tribes. This is why people get together and they group up. It's even harder for people that are us, that are solo players, you know. This is why I don't even try to build up anymore. Ever since, if you guys have noticed, ever since that whole thing where I got mesh on Aberration, I haven't built big anymore, because I'm like, what's the point? You know, if I get raided, then I get raided. But if I get meshed, that's a whole different story. Like, what's the point of me trying to find the best PvP spot that nobody could raid me and stuff like that if I'm just gonna get meshed? If that's the point, then what's the point? Why shouldn't I start meshing myself? You know how easy it would be for me to do raids if I just mesh? Like, a lot easier. I would be able to pump content like 3 videos a day if that's the case, you know? But I don't do that because, you know, it's not even like I'm trying to white knight and I'm trying to be like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to be a good guy. I'm trying to play the game legit and stuff like that. No, it's because I literally like playing this game. I love playing this game. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I love playing Ark. Like, this game is a love-hate relationship. Like, I love the game because, like, it has so much things and potential to it. But then when things like this happen, like when you just get meshed and stuff like that, you just can't help but like to be like, yo, screw this game. But then we come back and then we play again. And then Wildcard knows this. They know that. They know that shit. And then they're like, well, you know, people are just gonna come back, you know, people are gonna cry about it, and then a week later they'll get over it. We literally look like little kids that are crying over a toy at Toys R Us. I want this, blah, blah, blah. And then parents are like, no, you can't have it. And then after like three hours later, we get over it and we're like, yeah, we're happy. And then like, see, they could get away with that because we're just gonna come back to the game. Now, I'm not telling people to be like, oh, just stop playing the game and stuff like that. But I think what Hod's idea was like, you know, if we address it on his video, he even posted people saying, it was like, you know, there's no point in reporting these glitches because like they literally look at it and they're like, all right, whatever. Nobody knows about it, so we shouldn't really care about that. But he was like, if we address the issue and it becomes a more common thing and everybody's doing it, then they're kind of like, oh shit, we kind of need to address this now, you know? Kind of like the duping. When the duping was so ridiculous on Legacy, it was unbelievable that Boz had like, you know, freaking tech tier. And then like everybody just had tech tier. If you didn't have tech tier, there was something wrong with you. Everybody and their mother had tech tier on Legacy, and Wildcard couldn't fix it. They couldn't fix it. So you know what they did? They decided to be like, hey, we're gonna do this new servers, and you know, everybody's gonna start out fresh there because they couldn't get rid of everybody's items. They knew that if they wiped the servers, everybody was gonna start raging. So what was the next best thing they could do? They were like, you know what, we're gonna start new servers. And Lucky by Nature addressed this, and so did Jade Plays Games address this. They were like, dude, this is a big kick in the nuts, you know? Like, all you're doing is that you're saying, I was like, oh, you could play these new servers that are gonna be way cooler, and we're gonna pay attention to these new servers. Or you could stay in your old servers with all your cool stuff and dinosaurs and tech tier, but you know, just know that you might get wiped in the future because, you know, your server is no longer populated. And I know you're playing a PvP, but since everybody's that does PvP is gonna move over to the new servers, just know that all you're going to be doing is playing PvE on a PvP server because nobody's going to be there to PvP. See what I mean? That was like, it was smart, but it's almost like, it's like when dad talks to their kids. Literally, that's how I feel like Wildcard is treating us players. They think that we're all little kids and they come up to us with these executive answers, like with fancy words being like, oh yeah, we're doing this, this and that. And then, you know, we like tackling like, you know, all these challenges and we're going to figure it out. And yeah, we're going to do this. And then crickets. You know, like there's still meshing, and then like whenever they try to fix something else is broken. And on my Q&A video, I literally said if I could fix anything in Ark that would literally increase this game 10 times, make it a lot better, would be just to fix meshing. If there's a way to just stop the meshing, then, you know, then that's would increase the experience on Ark by times 10. And I know some of you might be like, you know, like, well, the devs are wiping people that are doing this stuff like that, but like I said earlier, that's just a band-aid over a giant cut. Like, all they're doing is that they're doing this, so people are like, yeah, they're doing something, and then, you know, they just go ghost, and then like we're like, oh, wasn't Wildcard doing something? Like, what's going on? All right, but I just kind of like, I could just rant on for like a good 30 minutes about this, guys, but you guys get what I'm trying to get at. What I just wanted to say is that I'm gonna put down in the description down below Hot's petition, guys. Go to his channel, go support him. It's times like this where, like, you know, we gotta help each other out here, man. And like, I just feel like, you know, I'm not a big YouTuber. I only got like, you know, so many subscribers compared to like Hot, which he has 100,000 or something like that. But I think that we should all like really stick together and like really like try to come together. You know, Kishko already addressed on the fact. Jay Plays Games has talked about it. I think even Syntac, and I don't even know if Syntac even plays official, and he's even addressed about it. Lucky by Nature. So I think like I just see like all of us Ark YouTubers kind of getting together and trying to like address this, because like, you know, like Hot said it, enough is enough, and something needs to be done about it, bro. Like, us PvPers, we get like the biggest kick in the nuts right here, and like nobody's really answering our calls. So I think you guys should just go over right now, sign his petition. Let's try to support our boy Hot, man. And, you know, I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, just to clarify things, I am not by any means saying for everybody just to go out there and start meshing, nor am I saying that I'm going to start meshing myself. That is not my intentions on this video. My intentions were to address the fact that I think it's BS that Wildcard basically banned this man for posting a video about them trying to fix their games. You have to remember, this is basically his job. I don't know if he has another job, but this is his full-time job, and they basically just fired him. You know, they didn't even give him a warning or anything. And that's kind of like a big kick in the nuts. Basically, somebody who advertises their game and plays it religiously. Like, we don't know what Hot's life is. We don't know if this man got a kid and a wife or anything like that. And they basically just kick his nuts like that. Like, no, never. Like, nevertheless, he has other gameplays on his channel and things like that. But it is obvious that he loves the game. You know, he likes to play the game. And, you know, all of us need a little break from the game here and there. So we play other gameplays. But this is just like... it's just embarrassing, like how they just kind of did this, and they just like banned him instead of try to address it, instead of trying to put a community post, instead of doing anything. Like, that is my intention, like to bring awareness to this. Like, maybe this video would, you know, share this video. If you don't want to share this video, then share Hod's video, whatever you want to do. But like, we just really need to get awareness, and we need to like really put our foot down. And if we all like really start a riot, literally start a riot with them, and then like people just start complaining enough, and we start knocking at their front door enough times, I'm sure that they're gonna have to just break their vow of silence and actually say something about this. Jen is not saying anything, and she seems to be the only one that actually ever talks about the PvP aspect of Ark. Nobody's talking about it, and they just have like this vow of silence, like there's some kind of Buddhist or something, and they're not saying anything. They're just quiet, and they just expect us to be like, oh, okay, they don't want to talk about it, let's just get over it. And that's not how you run a game. I'm sorry, but that's just not how you do it, and you're gonna lose a lot of players. Not that you haven't lost it yet, you know, and it's only gonna get way worse the more games, survival games, comes out. So that's kind of my intention of this video, and I hope you guys didn't misunderstand it. And I'm not saying go mesh, but what I am saying is that if you do it, I understand why you guys are getting away with it, because like obviously Wildcard doesn't care. And if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments down below. What is it with proof that you guys think that Wildcard is doing to fix the game, besides just slapping a band-aid on a big wound, like I said before? Woo!